Let's see the doctrine of the man. Al-Fath al-Rabbani wal-Fayd al-Rahmani. What does he say in this book? Now, if we look at the index of his book, we find Al-Majlis al-Thani Ashar, and here the assembly number 12. Here, the assembly number 12, the prohibition of seeking istighatha, asking someone other than Allah. And you open page 58 and you can see the details. Okay? In the assembly number 26, page 117, look what he says. يا من يشكو إلى الخلق مصائبه. Oh, you who complain to the creatures his disasters. إيش ينفعك شكواك إلى الخلق? What would be of a benefit to you complaining your problems to the creatures? لا ينفعونك ولا يضرونك. They neither benefit you nor they harm you. وإذا اعتمدت عليهم, and if you trusted them, you depended on them, وأشركت في باب الحق, and you associated them as partners with Allah عز وجل, يبعدونك, they will be causing you to be distant. وفي سخطه يوقعونك, and in his anger they will let you fall. وعنه يحجبونك, and they will be causing a barrier between you and them and Allah. أنت يا جاهل, you the ignorant, تدعي العلم, you pretend to be a person of knowledge. من جملة جهلك طلبك الدنيا من غير ربها عز وجل. Among your matters of ignorance, that you are seeking lively objects from other than Allah. تطلب الخلاص من الشدائد, you seek salvation from disasters. بشكواك إلى الخلق, by complaining to the creatures. Doesn't seem that he is encouraging people to ask other than Allah. Here, in the same book, page 54, أمسك لسان نفسك عند شكواها إلى الخلق. Hold your tongue when it start to complain to the creatures, that means rather than Allah. Here you have to stop your tongue. At the moment of his death, this was mentioned in the seal of his book, Al-Fath al-Rabbani wal-Fayd al-Rahmani, that he said to his son Abdul Wahhab at the moment of his death, when he was sick, ready to die, he said, my son, عليك بتقوى الله وطاعته. You should keep in the status of God fearing and obeying him. لا تخف أحدا, don't fear anyone. ولا ترجو, and don't hope anyone. وكل الحوائج كلها إلى الله عز وجل, and let all your needs be addressed to Allah only. وطلبها منه, seek it from him. ولا تثق بأحد, and do not trust anyone سوى الله عز وجل except Allah. لا تعتمد إلا عليه سبحانه, do not trust and depend upon anyone except him. التوحيد 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 وجماع الكل التوحيد. What's the meaning of جامع العلوم والحكم in English?
Compendium of knowledge.
Compendium. This, he's saying, this is the compendium of Tawheed. Tawheed is the compendium of everything, of the whole matter. Tawheed. Doesn't seem that he's encouraging people to ask someone other than Allah. What about the Prophet? The Prophet even said, إِذَا سَأَلْتَ فَاسْأَلْ. What did he say? If you ever ask Allah alone. إِذَا سَأَلْتَ فَاسْأَلِ اللَّهِ وَإِذَا اسْتَعَنْتَ فَاسْتَعِنْ بِاللَّهِ. The whole religion is based on this ayah in Surah Al-Fatiha. You wonder why Surah Al-Fatiha is the best surah in the Quran. It contains the summary of all the doctrine. It's miraculous surah. Despite its smallness, it's great. إِيَّاكَ نَعْبُدْ وَإِيَّاكَ nasta'een. It is you only whom we worship. The ayah doesn't say na'buduka. Na'buduka, it means we worship you. Yes. But iyyaka na'bud has stronger emphasis, which means no one else we seek help from except from you, O Allah. No help we seek from anyone except you, Allah. That's the meaning of iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'een. People say it in the prayer, but out of the prayer they ask someone else. I wonder what makes it haram in the prayer, and especially to Allah only, but out of the prayer it is allowed for someone else to be sought help. Now, we're not talking about the living people. The living people. For example, my brother's name is Ali. He's in front of me now. Wait. Brother Ali, I have no money. Can you give me 10 pounds, 20 pounds? Is this haram? No, it's not haram. But we're talking about seeking help in the way that no one can give it to you except Allah. Like I'm here in your city. What's the name of the city, by the way?
Cambridge.
Oh, we're in Cambridge. Yeah, I forgot. No, don't laugh at me. Once I want to talk to my son. He was like his age, and I was saying, "Excuse me, my son. What's your name?" No. I was saying to my son, "What's your name?" I forgot. So now I forgot I'm in Cambridge. Okay. So if I'm in Cambridge and I have a need and I ask the Prophet ﷺ, "Oh Prophet, I have this." You think that the Prophet can hear me? The Prophet speaks Urdu or English, or for people who are in China, they're asking him at the same time, he understands the Chinese? This is what we mean by seeking help from someone in the way that no one can do except Allah. Even asking the people, it's makruh. You know, some people smoke cigarette, and if you tell them, why do you smoke? They say, it's makruh. Makruh. Well, go ahead, say Bismillah before you, if it's makruh only, go ahead, say Bismillah before you smoke it, and say Alhamdulillah after you finish it. You won't. Come on. So, it is true that it's makruh to ask the living person in front of you. It's makruh, but you need it. It's okay. That's why we say it's makruh. But if you ask someone in front of you something that you do not need, it's haram. Because at the Day of Judgment, your unneeded seeking help, like asking money while you don't need, it will be converted to nails that you'll be screeching yourself thereby. So if you want to exceed the nails, if you want to exceed the scratchings, go ahead and ask. It's haram, but it's not, still it is not shirk. But to ask the dead, no. They'll say to you, oh, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala may allow them, bi'idhnillah, by the will of, who told you? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said in His glorious Quran, قُلْ أَرَأَيْتُمْ إِنْ أَتَاكُمْ عَذَابُ اللَّهِ أَوْ أَتَتْكُمُ السَّاعَةِ. Say, if the punishment of Allah comes to you, or the hour, أَغَيْرَ اللَّهِ تَدْعُونَ إِن كُنْتُمْ صَادِقِينَ. Is there anyone that you ask other than Allah if you're telling the truth? بَلْ إِيَّاهُ تَدْعُونَ. No, but you're going to ask Him alone. وَإِن يَمْسَسْكَ اللَّهُ بِضُرٍّ فَلَا كَاشِفَ لَهُ إِلَّا هُ. If Allah touch you with adversity, no one can remove it away from you except Him. Who told you that Allah allows the Prophet in his grave to keep asking you, giving you your need and responding to you and do this and do that? Who told you? Look, I have one very important question, and I want you to ask this question to those who allow the otherwise. Bring me one narration that one companion used to be calling the Prophet from far while the Prophet was alive. And you won't find any. And that's when he was alive. How much more after he died? And people keep asking him. So you can see here, Jilani rahimahullah, he's saying to his son, oh my son, don't ask anyone. Don't trust anyone except Allah. Let all your needs be addressed to Allah alone. Then he said, At-Tawheed, 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 and the whole matter of the whole religion is Tawheed. What is the evidence that the dead should not be asked? Allah said, وَاللَّهُ يَعْلَمُ مَا تُسِرُّونَ وَمَا تُعْلِنُونَ. Allah knows what you conceal and what you reveal. وَالَّذِينَ يَدْعُونَ مِن دُونِ اللَّهِ. But as for those who supplicate someone other than Allah, لَا يَخْلُقُونَ شَيْئًا. Now Allah is talking about those who are being asked. They do not create anything. وَهُمْ يُخْلَقُونَ. No, but they are themselves created. أَمْوَاتٌ غَيْرُ أَحْيَاء. They are dead but not alive. وَمَا يَشْعُرُونَ أَيَّانَ يُبْعَثُونَ. They do not perceive when will they be resurrected. Some may say, well, those mushrik pagan people, they used to be asking the idols, the statues, but we don't. No, wait a minute. No. They were asking the dead which the statues were made on their image. The evidence is this. إِنَّ الَّذِينَ تَدْعُونَ مِن دُونِ اللَّهِ عِبَادٌ أَمْثَالُكُمْ. Those whom you are invoking, calling apart from Allah, they are servants, the like of you. They are like you, servants like you. فَادْعُوهُمْ. So call them. فَلْيَسْتَجِيبُوا لَكُمْ. Then let them respond to you. إِن كُنْتُمْ صَادِقِينَ. If you're telling the truth. Now the question, is the Prophet stingy or generous?
Generous.
Why doesn't he respond if he hears? He's not stingy to refuse to respond to you while you're calling him. But there's another thing. He's dead. One Shia was saying to me, but no, the Prophet is alive. I said, is he alive? He said, yes. I said, and you dare to say that Ali wants to be the Imam? How dare Ali wants to be an Imam while the Prophet is still alive? Why doesn't he come out of his house and lead the prayer? But listen, we believe that the Prophet is alive. Yes, wallahi. But at the same time, he's dead. He is alive in his barzakh system of life. Yes. And he prays. He doesn't only lie in his bed, in his grave, alayhi salatu wasalam, but he is alive and praying. And we believe that. That's the aqidah of Ahl Sunnah. And the hadith is so clear about that. Al-Anbiya'u fi quburihim yusallun. The prophets are alive and they are in their grave praying. But a contact between you and them? No. How many years Aisha lived after the Prophet's death? Can anyone tell me? Almost 40 years. And the Prophet's grave was inside her house, which is one small room. You can imagine how small was the room. When he wanted to make sujood, he used to be pushing Aisha a little bit, her leg, just a little bit, to move away so he can make sujood. You can tell how small is that house. There's no narration that she said, I heard the Prophet from his grave saying to me, or I spoke to the Prophet. If there was no contact between him and the most beloved one, when he was asked, Man ahabbu nasi ilayka Rasulullah? Who is the most beloved one to you, O Rasulullah? He said, Aisha. They said, no, we meant men. He said, her father. Her father. So if no contact took place between the most two beloved persons to Rasulullah after his death, who are you to say, I can contact him at any time? In Bradford, I can contact him. In Birmingham, I can contact him. In London, I can contact him. In Karachi, I can contact him. In Peking, I can contact. Whoa. Believe me, we should not say Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. We should say Muhammad Jalla Jalalu subhanahu wa ta'ala. We're making him God. When we say that from any time, any place, any language, any etc., he can hear you. Not only one, billions at the same time, no problem. That's not a tawheed. Anyway, here in the same book, Al-Fath al-Rabbani, page 45, he's saying, عليكم بالاتباع من غير ابتداع. You must follow without innovating. عليكم بمذهب السلف الصالح. You should follow the madhab of the Salaf al-Salih. What's the meaning of Salaf? Salaf, predecessors. Those who preceded you, etc. Also, in the same book, page 192. لا تسألوا غيره. Don't ever ask anyone other than Allah. These are the teachings of Al-Ghawth al-A'zam. That's what he said in his book Al-Fath al-Rabbani, page 92. Don't ever ask anyone other than Allah. Look what he said. اتبعوا ولا تبتدعوا. أخلصوا ولا تشركوا. Follow and don't innovate. Be sincere and do not commit shirk. وحدوا الحق. Unify Allah in your worship alone. عن بابه لا تبرحوا. Don't leave his gate, his doors of blessings and supplication. Saluhu, ask him. ولا تسألوا غيره, and don't ask anyone other than him. استعينوا به, seek help from him. ولا تستعينوا بغيره, and don't seek help from anyone other than him. This is his book also, Futuh al-Ghayb. They call him Al-Baz al-Ashhab. قدس الله روحه. قدس الله روحه. Is this allowed to be used? Yes. Ibn Taymiyyah, when he was mentioning Abdul Qadir Jilani, he was saying this statement, قدس الله روحه, which means may Allah purify his soul. That means in his grave, yes, may Allah purify his soul. There's nothing wrong with that. But Ibn Taymiyyah, as he was praising him, he was admitting to the fact that people who came after him, they exaggerated a lot about him until they gave him qualities that should not be given except to Allah. Also here, in his book, Futuh al-Ghayb, page number 4, he's saying, اتبعوا ولا تبتدعوا. Obey, but do not make innovations, bid'ah. اتبع لا تبتدع. The way of worship had been set up for you. Your task is to worship. Your task is not to innovate. I mean, if you innovate a law here in Britain, they may kick you out of the country. Who are you to add something or to modify in our law? Who are you? How much more about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? When somebody innovate in a matter of worship, something that the Prophet did not worship. The way of worship should be limited to the way of the Prophet's worship. You're not a better worshipper than him. Look here. In the same book, Futuh al-Ghayb, page 64, he's saying, ما سأل الناس من سأل إلا لجهله بالله عز وجل. No one that had asked people, that means apart from Allah, except because of his ignorance. That's what he's saying.